بحضراتكم لقاء جديد وجناب السفير. وضيفنا النهارده هو سفير جمهورية ليتوانيا بجمهورية مصر العربية، سعادة السفير أرفيدس داونورافيتشوس. سعادة السفير هيتكلم معانا عن ليتوانيا، هنتكلم معانا أكتر عن العلاقات بين مصر وبين ليتوانيا، عن هذه الدولة اللي بتشتهر بأنه موجود فيها أسرع إنترنت في أوروبا، فيها تقدم تكنولوجي، فيها تقدم في مجال العلوم. سعادة السفير كان بيدرس في مجال الفيزياء قبل ما يبتدي أن هو يتخصص في مجال الدبلوماسية أو العالم الدبلوماسي، وأكيد في تغيير كبير بين المجالين. برحب بسعادة السفير ونبدأ حلقتنا مع حضراتكم. Nice to meet you, sir, in our program and especially to talk about Lithuania.
It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation.
We will start to talk about the cooperation between Lithuania and between Egypt in scientific field. What we are going to say?
Oh, Lithuania decided that it should choose certain sectors which could make a difference. So one of these sectors is the laser technologies.
Yeah.
We in Lithuania produce about 15% of the world scientific lasers. So you could imagine. And we open for the cooperation with all countries.
And we use laser now in many fields.
Yeah, we use laser in many fields, but it's not industrial lasers. It's a scientific lasers.
What's the difference between the
because
both
scientific laser is a laser which it's in many cases it's one of the kind. You build specially according the request. Commercial lasers, they have a purpose, certain purpose, to make something, to measure something, to drill something, to cut something. So we now moving from we keeping our share in the scientific lasers, and we decided that commercial lasers also a very interesting sector and could be very profitable. So we expanding our presence in the world market also with the commercial lasers. When you talk about the other fields, so whatever you mentioned, it's physics, chemistry, archaeology. It's a science which speaks international. I mean, language. It's a language of science. So I have no doubts that there are a lot of scientists on both sides in both countries which are directly or indirectly communicating.
I think in this sector you're studying for physics helps you.
Oh yes.
To understand what everything is mean.
It's part of my life and it's in my heart.
Yeah.
Physics, despite the fact that I'm switched to
diplomacy. What are the benefits of studying physics?
You become open-minded. You think out of the box because you know that what is true today is not necessarily true tomorrow. So you should find your ways
to progress yourself.
Exactly. You cannot stay in one spot. It's not like to sell something all your life. You should progress to study.
It's a very important concept in life.
Yeah, exactly. And you sometimes we joke, when you know more, you understand that you know very little. So it's constant progress, which is necessary for the advance of the humanity.
الحقيقة سعادة السفير لأنه دارس للفيزياء من قبل كده بيكلمني عن التعاون في مجال العلوم بين مصر وبين ليتوانيا، وقد إيه التعاون في هذا المجال في مثلا مجال الليزر، في أشياء مختلفة كتير. وبكلمه عن أهمية دراسته للفيزياء وأكسبته إيه. قال إنه ده طبعا علمه إنه الواحد مهما تعلم ما زال هناك الكثير يجب أن نتعلمه، وأن مفيش شيء ثابت، أن كل حاجة ممكن أنها تتغير. فهو سعيد جدا بدراسته للفيزياء، والحقيقة أن هي مكونة جزء من شخصيته. We'll talk about the role of women in Lithuania, and your previous president, she was a woman for 2 terms, as you said to me. So what about women in Lithuania?
That's correct, what you said. Lithuania is a very strong advocate of gender equality. So we are not surprised when our head of state, who is elected during the direct elections, is a woman. So yes, Her Excellency Dalia Grybauskaitė was
the Lithuanian citizen accepts that.
Yes, it's a part of our society, culture, which is very normal to us. So she was our president for 2 terms, in total 10 years. Now we elected another president. We have new government, and the prime minister is a lady as well. And half of the cabinet are ladies, and very active, energetic, and very, how to say, result-orientated ladies in our government.
الحقيقة بسأله عن دور المرأة في ليتوانيا لأنه كان عندهم الرئيسة لمرتين على مدى 10 years. I think she was the
president.
لمدة 10 سنين كانت رئيسة جمهورية ليتوانيا سيدة. فقال لي احنا معتادين على ده، وده بالنسبة لنا شيء عادي، وانها تدخل في الانتخابات وتنجح ده كان متقبل بالنسبة للمواطن هناك. واحنا دلوقتي حتى عندنا رئيسة الوزراء برضو the prime minister is a lady now.
Yes, it's a lady.
سيدة أيضا، وإحنا بنتقبل وجودها في المجتمع وإنها تكون مشاركة في الحياة النيابية والحياة السياسية في مصر. We'll talk now about Lithuanian cuisine and the most favorite dishes, potatoes, I think, and meat.
Yes.
The ingredients of Lithuanian dish.
Yeah, we eat what we grow. So now it's it's like a business card of Lithuanian cuisine. Its official title is Didžkukuliai, but no one calls it official title. We call it cepelinai, because it's a shape of the American football ball. It's a shape like this. So you have a potato. You mash it. Then you have mince meat with the herbs, with the spices. You make like a pancake from the potato. You put meat inside. You close it, and you boil it. Yeah, but it's a shape of the zeppelin, le zeppelin.
Yeah,
and you boil it.
Yeah,
and that comes with a really fat.
It's very energetic and gets the warm because of the weather or something like that.
It's very heavy food, but when you work in the temperature -20, you need heavy food.
You need to be warm.
So foreigners normally are scared at the beginning, but then they realize that it's a delicious.
You have fruits also.
Sorry?
Fruits.
Yeah, fruits, but mostly it's apple, pears, cherries.
The winter fruits.
Winter?
For the weather is cold, you need to put something like apple, like pears.
We try to keep apple as long as possible. Normally it stays until spring. We manage special sorts of apple to keep until spring.
الحقيقة بسأله عن المطبخ في ليتوانيا فقال لي انه اهم مكونات البطاطس واللحمة. عندهم اكلة كده بيحطوا اللحمة المفرومة على البطاطس ويسووها بتبقى شكلها كده يعني ضخمة علشان تدي الدفء في هذا الجو البارد الموجود في ليتوانيا. الفواكه عندهم الكمثرى، التفاح، بيحاولوا ان هم يحافظوا عليه في اجواء الشتاء هناك في ليتوانيا. We'll talk about your stay here in Egypt for almost 5 years and your impression about Egypt, your friends, your favorite food.
Well, it's so many questions. It will take like another 5 programs to answer.
It's so many questions in one word. Your impression about Egypt.
Lithuania is in geographical center of Europe. We also are the members of a member of European family. So Lithuania is part of European Union, part of Schengen zone, part of Eurozone, part of NATO. So being representative of Lithuania, it's also being the representative of the family of European countries. So it's a very interesting feeling because most Egyptians, they know European Union, but they know less about the small countries of this family, of this European family. So it's my job and my pleasure to explain to Egyptians that European Union is some special union which consists of 3 independent and commercially, economically advanced countries, which we're part of. And through this discussion, you gain more and more friends, because people are surprised sometimes. Oh, I never thought that Lithuania is part of European Union. I never thought
they can understand more, and you can understand what they are thinking about Lithuania.
Exactly, exactly, and that really opens the highways for the person-to-person contact, and this is how you gain friends. You talk and you exchange views, and
you have many Egyptian friends?
Yes, and I really was surprised to find out.
As our program.
Yes,
of course, the stuff of our program.
Yes, exactly. And I was really amazed to discover that if you are very nice to Egyptians, they will be even more nice to you. And I think we have a saying.
They like to make friends.
Yes, and I think we have a saying that they are ready to give eyes for you, which is a very, very emotionally strong feeling when you feel that you have a real Egyptian friend.
And what's your favorite food?
People are surprised when they say that my favorite Egyptian food is molokhia, with rice, chicken, and a little bit of onion. Of course, shawarma, but shawarma in different kinds, in Syrian way, and this in the buns in Egyptian way. So
meat shawarma?
Yes, meat shawarma.
أكلته المفضلة الملوخية والشاورما. وهو سعيد جدا بوجوده في مصر، ان هو عمل اصدقاء واتكلم معاهم عن ليتوانيا وعرفهم هذه الدوله اللي يمكن مش كتير كان يعرف عنها. We'll talk about this blue flower in your jacket. Can we tell us about it?
Yes, it's a very emotionally.
It's symbolic.
It's symbolic and emotionally very strong element. I already told you that Lithuania has a very long history. We have a history of statehood for more than 1,000 years. We used to be a huge country. Unfortunately, we have been occupied 3 times during our history.
Because you are rich.
Probably we are on the wrong place, or the crossroads, and I'm joking, of course. We have been occupied 3 times, first time by the Tsar Russia, second time by Soviet Union, and the third time also by the Soviet Union. When we restored our independence, the last time, that was 31 years ago, next year we had to defend it. And Lithuanian people, Lithuanian citizens, unarmed, just regular citizens, stood up in front of the Soviet military, defending the independence, defending the freedom, and defending the crucial infrastructure of the country. It was a bloody Sunday. We call it a January 13th. 30 years ago, we call it a bloody Sunday because 14 people died and about 800 have been wounded. So this flower, which is called Forget-Me-Not flower, it's a symbol. It's
to remember you of this sacrifice.
To remember their sacrifice, and also to confirm that we are so grateful that they helped us. They actually defended our independence. They defended our freedom, and then defended the freedom of our children and grandchildren.
I feel so sorry, but that's life.
That's life.
Sorry for your, you remember this history. So we will talk about relations between Lithuania and between other countries as a whole. What are you going to say about this country and its relations with all over the world?
You know, when we restored our independence, our world or our vision of the world was very narrow. And it took some time to realize that the world much bigger than your neighbors or the countries where the Lithuanian diaspora lives. We realized that when we decided to run for the non-permanent member in the Security Council of United Nations. So then we realized that we need to gather votes. And to gather the votes, you need to have a contact, you need to have a relation with the rest of the world. So then we understood and realized that the world much, much bigger. And since then, we have this wide vision of being present in the world, if not directly, so indirectly as well. And it's very common that having embassy, like in Egypt, we have embassy here in Cairo, but from Cairo we also cover a number of other countries.
Yeah.
Yes, we still cannot have embassies in each country. We think we should, but at least to have a secondary accreditation that ambassador goes time to time to visit, to meet, to present country, to organize the visits, to organize the business missions. So it's the way we are trying to expand our worldwide presence.
What about culture in Lithuania? About people, about style of life, about art, festivals?
It's, you know, we could talk days and days and days about that because Vilnius, it's a capital of Lithuania, just a couple of years ago it was cultural capital of Europe. So it's already recognition that we contributed a lot to the European culture. We have enormous amount of objects which are included into the UNESCO World Heritage List. It's not only the monuments as we understand, but it also language, dialects. Some are artifacts which we have been creating centuries and centuries and centuries. So yes, the culture is a very, very strong part of our presence in the world.
Thank you for this speech, and we hope we can go to Lithuania someday.
Me too. Yeah, you're most welcome.
Thank you. الحقيقة انه يعني كلمنا سعادة السفير عن الثقافة والفن والحياة في ليتوانيا، وقال ان ليتوانيا من الدول اللي بتهتم جدا بالثقافة وبتهتم جدا بالفنون، وان اماكن كثيرة صنفت في اليونسكو كاماكن ثقافية وتاريخية. بنشكر سعادة السفير أرفيدس داونورا فيتشوس، سفير جمهورية ليتوانيا بجمهورية مصر العربية. Thank you sir and welcome in our program. وبنشكره وجوده معانا في برنامجنا عشان يكلمنا عن ليتوانيا وعن كل علاقاتها بالدول المختلفة وعن المطبخ هناك والحياة هناك بشكل عام. دايما بنحاول من خلال جناب السفير ان احنا ندي حضراتكم فكرة عن الثقافة والحياة في دول كثيرة. شكرا والى اللقاء، ودايما كل ما هو جديد مع جناب السفير.